Hello, I'm JK and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, so is everyone else, so welcome to the party. This video particularly, I wanted to start illustrating my dreams that I've had. I have been lucky enough to have really realistic dreams, and I've always been fascinated with them. And I even started to lucid dream for a while when I was like 13 or 14 or something, and it was really cool and crazy. But since then, I've actually written down almost every single dream I've had, with like a few years of exception, I guess. Now, keep in mind, I am not the best digital painter in the world, but I figured this is a great opportunity to actually practice and do my best. So don't judge too harshly. But the first one I'm going to draw is the very first one I ever wrote down. This was in 2013. Now keep in mind how young I was, and that I've always sucked at spelling and grammar despite consistently reading. So this is going to be rough for me to understand, but we're going to give it our best shot. So my dream started as all of these people were behind an old brick church. There was a bathroom that was being occupied, so when the lady got out, a lady with poofy white hair, which apparently everyone hates, walked in. My dad and some other people started talking about wanting to kill her. They talked about sneaking in while she was washing her hands and hit her on the head with a flashlight. I walked over to my dad and started screaming at him not to, or he'll go to hell, but he wouldn't listen. So he grabbed a flashlight and walked into the bathroom. I heard a struggle and I heard a sink go off and my dad walks out. And there was something here that I forgot. Then I'm at my house. I'm looking out the window in the front room. The tree was orange and yellow leaves on it, and in the sky it was really cloudy. My dad walks in and we get into an argument about him killing the lady, but then something clicks inside my head and then I know I'm in a dream. My dad is still blowing off steam a few feet away from me, but now I have something else on my mind. Now, in reality, I found this really cool video about how to have lucid dreams, and one of the tips says that to know it's a dream, you have to pinch yourself and you won't feel any pain. But pinch yourself in reality and you'll know the difference. So that's what I did. I pinched myself, and sure enough, my arm didn't feel anything. I thought in my head to part the dark clouds and to make more light shine through, and it worked. My dad suddenly catches on that I found out that I'm in a dream, and he suddenly tries to make it a nightmare. I then make him go away with making an adorable bunny appear, and I forgot the rest. Okay, before you start making the assumption that my dad is a horrible human and I'm scared of him, or he's a danger to the world and my dreams are just like manifesting this horrible existence on the earth or whatever, let me profess that he is a wonderful human being and I am still on good terms with him and have never felt like he was a danger to me or anyone else. I love my dad. But yeah, this was a wild one to start out, sorry. However, I remember really loving this because it was one of the first ones that I had a lucid dream. It was super cool, and I have some ideas on what lucid dreaming actually is, but that's a whole other video in itself. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear that spiel. Anyway, on to dream number 2. So this one makes me laugh so much thinking about how old I was, and this one was a few weeks later after the last one. I don't remember how it started out, but I was looking at all of these clothes to look for an outfit for an adventure I was on, but then Billy, I changed his name because I'm still friends with him, came up to me and kept talking and I couldn't shut him up. So I pretended that I was listening while I continued on shopping. Then my dream flashed to me and someone else being surrounded by at least 6 guards. The other guy punched somebody in the face and then returned back to normal. Well, this little bug microchip thing popped out of his mouth, so we figured out that these things were tiny microchip spiders who bite you and move into your skin and make you act like a crazy zombie or something. On your face, however, they look like an infected zit, so you still have to look really closely. So, me and the other dude started to take out everyone's micro spider by punching them. And when I saw that one of my friends, and we'll call him Larry and I also had a huge crush on him at the time, was infected with a microchip, I realized that this just got personal. Okay. I tried to take the thing out by punching him, but it didn't work. So I took it out by force. Okay, this gets me every time. This just got personal. And then I just punch my crush in the face and then tackle him to the ground trying to pop a zit. Oh my gosh, the angst I had as an early teen. And well, let's be honest, it doesn't really get much better until after high school. Anyway, when I finally get them out, they look like this. And then I even drew like a tiny little picture of what these things were. And oh man, I love reading this one so much. It's so much fun to go back and hear my old dreams I had when I was 13. Third dream I had was actually a few days after this one. I put a title on it that says Awesome Controlled War of the Worlds, a movie I thoroughly enjoyed as a child for some reason. And yes, the 2005 with Tom Cruise one. So I can't really remember the first part of it, but I can remember all the way back to when I was hanging out with, we'll call her Danny. We were next to the gas station and I felt strange for some reason. So I asked Danny if this was a dream, but she just laughed at me. I pinched myself and sure enough, I knew I was dreaming. So I decided then that I wanted to control it. I thought in my head that I wanted to bounce really high. So I jumped and I went super high and it was so much fun. When I wanted to stop, Danny and other friend Max were waiting with me on the ground. We found a rolling chair and Danny beat me to it, so I pushed her down the street on the chair. So just pause really fast. So I just wanted to add this little part and say that I was a smart kid and added a little asterisk thing to the journal to put things in correct chronological order when I remembered a part of my dream later after writing it out. So way to go me. I forgot about this part, but it was super cool. Me and Danny decided to check out a really cool electronics store. So right as we walk in, I hear a song playing, and it was the same exact song that was in my head. Then I remembered the whole dream thing, and I continued looking at the really cool, impressive phones that they had, and then I heard a song that was terrible, so I thought that it should go back to the song that was stuck in my head and I liked, and the music changed back to that song. I smiled at Danny, and then we left the store. Back to the dream. I thought really hard that I wanted to see, we'll call him Miles, another guy I had a really big crush on for years, and kiss him, because I never would do that in real life, so I could just see if it was a dream. So I continued pushing Danny down the road, and I saw Miles' little brother and a lot of his family members in the parking lot. Then I found Miles talking with two girls. I pushed the chair that Danny was in too hard into one of the girls and it hit her in the back. I said sorry, but then noticed that they were all dressed up. So I asked what they were for and they said it was for the competition. Then they started doing a routine like a cheerleading squad with a whole bunch of other people. Then they all started leaving in these huge white buses, so I tried to get on because I wanted to go with them, but they closed the door before I could get in. So I tried getting a ride from another friend's mom, but her mom totally ignored me and drove away really fast. Then my mom came into view. She let me get a ride with her, so I was looking out the window and suddenly this bus full of students drive by us, and I followed them with my eyes and they crashed into a store building and flipped over. Well, that escalated fast. I asked Mom if they were going to be all right, and she just ignored me too, like my friend's mom. Then suddenly everyone started running away from where they were driving. Then in front of us, a utility truck smashed into a meat shop window. I sincerely don't remember this part of the dream, and all of this is wild. Then I started to see it, or them. Zombies started to eat people everywhere. Mom sounded like she was in pain. I looked over to her and saw beads of sweat on her, and I figured out that she was sick and was turning into a zombie. Then I saw a werewolf. Where'd the werewolf come from? Okay. a werewolf next to my window and he tried to attack us. Then there were two werewolves. What the flip, 13-year-old JK. Okay. Then there were two werewolves in front of us. The first one broke the front window and opened his huge mouth. Since I was in a dream and I knew it, I tried to make his mouth a portal to a safe place since I knew running was hopeless. I tried several times, but right as I was about to go through the portal, because the wolf was going to eat me, the wolf pulled back every time. So the two wolves gave up and left, but not until one clawed my mom in the stomach. Wow. Okay. I looked to see how bad the wound was, and it was bad. When I looked away, I saw what happened to everyone outside. It was like a scene on War of the Worlds. There were fleshy bodies, and it was just sick. Wow, 13-year-old me, that was wild. Wow. Okay, this was such a wacky plot twist, and I sincerely have no idea why I titled it Awesome Control the War of the Worlds. Maybe it's because I could control the dream to me, but it's not like I really could control the whole dream around it, like the werewolves. The werewolves kind of came out of nowhere, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really remember much of this dream whatsoever, so this illustration just came from my fresh noggin. Well, that's all the dreams that I decided to illustrate for now. I hope you enjoyed my whacked out dreams I had when I was 13 years old and the illustrations that came with them. It was sincerely a lot of fun to actually draw my dreams. I've gotten to the point now as an artist that I'm finally able to somewhat portray. I'm actually able to draw exactly what my dreams looked like. And I have seriously a lot of these dreams and I am still having them. So I am planning on making a lot more of these videos. I think they're a lot of fun and they're a great excuse for me to practice digital painting because I need it. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want even more dream content, and also feel free to comment down below the wacky dreams you've had. I may even pick a few to illustrate on my own if I want to, and get bored of my own dreams that I've seen a bajillion times. But yeah, that's all I got. See you in the next one.